Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to the weekend. So, as usual, we have 10 Steam games on sale. Well, more than 10, but I've selected 10 that are on sale this weekend. So let's check these out. So first up, we begin with Dying Light 2 Stay Human. On a big sale here, just over a year old now. 50% off for the base game, $30, $1,500 in India, £27.49, $40 in Canada. Eurozone is missing, probably because I use Germany. I should switch to France or something. 1500 in the Philippines and 45 in Australia. Now before I move on to the next game, I have a few questions for you. In fact, I'll ask the questions at the end of the video, so can you let me know in the comments below, because I have a few things that I want to discuss and would prefer your input. So next up is a small indie game called Traveler's Rest. So you're basically an innkeeper and you have to work and improve your tavern and stuff like that. Stardew Valley style game, graphics are kind of similar as well, and it's got quite a few positive reviews here. Looks nice and cozy as well. Early access game, farming same style. So this is 33% off, $10, $462 in India, £856, 13 in Canada, 10 in the Eurozone, $324 in the Philippines, and 1470 Australian dollars. Next is Cultist Simulator, so a card management game, if I believe. I've heard great things about this one. I've seen this promoted quite a lot on Humble Bundle and other places, but I still don't actually know what the hell this game is. So let's see what it says here. Seize forbidden treasures, summon alien gods, feed your disciples. Cultist Simulator is a game of apocalypse and yearning. Play as a seeker after unholy mysteries in the 1920s theme setting of hidden gods and secrets, histories. Sounds interesting. 70% off, only $158 in India, $6, £449, $683 in Canada, $599 in the Eurozone, $135 in the Philippines, and $868 in Australia. Next is Dinkum. So Dinkum is yet another farming sim, life sim, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley style game, but this one is set in a sort of Australian setting, outback, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews. I've seen a lot of these games, but most of them don't seem to have that many great reviews. This one has overwhelmingly positive reviews, and it is in early access. 20% off, only $423 in India, $16, £12, 18 in Canada, 13 in the Eurozone. Aliens Fireteam Elite. So this is a co-op shooter, sci-fi obviously, alien setting. Looks pretty good and graphics are very nice too. Price is also quite reasonable here. So this is 60% off, $519 in India, and is it not available? Hang on. Alright, I've gone to SteamDB page because I think there's some issue with the augmented plugin that I use, because it's not showing me prices for a few different regions. So it is available in the US, it is at $12, and also in the Eurozone it is also 12 euros. In the UK it's £10.39. Where is India? India it is 600 something, 519. Alright, next game is Little Nightmares. So single player horror adventure game, was given away free by Square Enix, so some of you may have it. And this is also kind of cheap, 80% off, $159 in India, only $4, £319 and $539 in Canada. Next is a newish game. This is The Wandering Village. So the concept here is quite interesting. It's a sandbox city builder style game where you have these inhabitants on top of a giant creature, and you have to manage your colony and guide this giant creature to different places and gather resources and things like that. So you are on the back of a big dinosaur type creature, I don't know what it's called here, and yeah, so you get a path where you sort of move around. You have to avoid certain places, like there are places where your creature could get sick or something, and you also have to move to different places for resources and things like that. very interesting concept here and something I would like to try eventually. It is still in early access, but it's not an expensive game overall. It's only 20% off, 455 in India, $20, 1559 pounds, 23.19 in Canada and 20 euros. Call of Juarez Gunslinger, so a classic FPS western setting, and it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews, made by Techland, the people behind the Dying Light games. So this is also on sale. I think this is celebrating some sort of anniversary as well, 10th year anniversary you can see here. And I think they have added this Wild West costume into Dying Light as well. I think the first Dying Light. So if you have that, I think it's available for free or something. And so this one is 80% off, only $3, 196 in India, 219 in the UK, 379 in Canada, 249 euros, and 156 in the Philippines. So yeah, pretty good price for a not too bad game. Next we have another nice little indie horror game. This is Darkwood. So Darkwood is made by a small Polish team, I believe, and they became kind of famous because they actually put their own game on the Pirate Bay because they preferred people pirate the game instead of buying it from G2A and other places, because that is much more harmful to them. So yeah, I've heard great reviews for this. Like, it's genuinely scary. It's not the jump scare type scare, but like constant dread type of scary, and it's very cheap. So 75% off, only 74 in India, $374, 299 pounds, 424 in Australia, 349 euros, and 100 in the Philippines. And then finally, as always, I want to mention a brand new game that has just come out. This is purely there to bring to your attention something new and interesting that you could wishlist and then pick up later when it's on a better sale. So this is Above Snakes. I've seen some good coverage for this on Twitter. This is like a sandbox open world setting style game. Looks kind of nice, and this is currently 10% off, only $990 in India, $22.49, $18.89 pounds, and $29.25 in Canada. I saw this like very high up in the Steam sellers list recently, like the new games that have come out, so I thought I'll mention this. It looks nice and relaxing with interesting graphics and settings, I guess. So anyway, I wanted to ask a few questions. Is basically what sort of price ranges should I normally cover in these videos, because I've mentioned Dying Light 2 here, Stay Human, and this is a $30 game, but this is a big AAA game, so I mention it. I personally do not buy something at this price, and I know most of you are probably not buying stuff like this anyway, but this is a big AAA game, very popular, well known, so I sort of try and mention these games whenever they go on sale. On the other hand, stuff like, say, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is also a bigger game, but it's about 1,055 rupees or something like that. That is something I'm more likely to buy. And what else? This sort of thing, Traveler's Rest, this is like a nice indie game. Cultist Simulator. Now these are the games that I really consider good deals, because very cheap, $5 to $6 range. Under 5 would be nicer. Under 10 is usually my target. Dinkum again is not bad, I guess. Fireteams Elite, now this is 60% off, around $12, so this is also pretty good in my opinion as far as a bigger game for sale. Little Nightmares is very cheap. Wandering Village, this is something I tried to mention because it's a new indie game that's something different. And then Call of Juarez is under 200 in India, under $5. This is the sweet spot for me, the one I like the most and I want to cover the most, but I still have to mention one or two newer and more expensive stuff just because I want to cover some recent games. Otherwise everything will be like 5-7 years old on the channel. So yeah, let me know your feedback. What sort of price ranges you are comfortable with, whatever region you are. If you are in the US, do you spend $30 on a game? How often do you spend $30 on a game? If you are in India, what is your range? For me, 500 to 1,000 is where I'm comfortable at. Under 500 even better. It's like a cheap deal for 200 or something for a game that I've always wanted. That is the sweet spot. So yeah, let me know below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.